Hi everyone, I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below if you're watching on the replay on my YouTube channel, and hit that bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here. If you're watching live or on the replay on my Facebook, make sure you hit that like button, hit that heart button, and say hi to me in comments. So we're going to go over this week's energy. I'm a little early with my video this week, a little early in the day, but I just have some time right now. I got here a little bit early, so we're going to dive in and talk about this week's energy. Hi Meg, hi Chelsea, nice to see you guys. So we have just, I think this is a really beautiful energy. You know, like this is such I've been talking about in the past several weeks, this period that we have going on of this death and rebirth in so many ways. And so this can be a challenging time. This can be a challenging energy because we are finding ourselves having to let go of things. We are finding ourselves having to release the past. And even sometimes letting go is hard, even when we know that we need to let go, even when we know that something doesn't serve us anymore. And I think that we're finding more and more things that we are needing to release. And we're in this process of really creating space. So it's really important right now that we are allowing ourselves to let go. I hear from so many people, and myself included, sometimes when we're trying to let go of something, it's really scary, right? And so people understand, yes, I need to let go. Yes, I need to release this from my life, but also I'm really afraid. And so we can have that tendency out of fear to hold on to things really tightly. And it's so important right now for us to step forward. It's so important for us to release it so that we can create this space for this transition that's wanting to happen. This truly is truly a rebirth. It's a metamorphosis that's happening for us. And that can't happen if we're still stuck in the past. And this is a time when you've got to let your faith be stronger than your fear, truly, because you may not have a lot of concrete evidence that everything's going to be okay. You know, it's all working out for us. So we want to make sure that we're not holding on to anything in our lives with a death grip, even things that you felt like maybe would always be there, or changes that you are surprised about needing to change. So we want to allow this. But this week, I do feel like we want to pay attention to what's being shaken up in our life, right? I think I called this shake up to wake up, because the universe is doing that for us in so many ways, but I think that we are doing that for ourselves in so many ways as well. And so we may be feeling really called to make changes in our life, to do things a little bit differently. And this is all about experiencing a different energy, approaching things in a different way, because this is bringing with it some new perspectives. This is helping us to see things differently, to see things more clearly, to see things maybe through less of a lens of fear and more through a lens of faith and trust and moving forward in positive ways. There's very much this energy of seeing past illusions, maybe illusions that we've been stuck in for a long time. And all of a sudden you look at certain situations in your life and you're just like, oh, I get it now. I see what, you know, the universe has been trying to show me. I see what I need to see, maybe what I wasn't wanting to recognize before. I see where I've been lying to myself. I see where maybe other people haven't been honest with me, or certain circumstances have been difficult or challenging. And maybe, you know, within these circumstances, people didn't have the best of intentions. So there's like all of these illusions. But I feel like more importantly, it's about the illusions that we've created for ourselves. Sometimes when we're not ready to create a change, we create this illusion. I need this in my life to feel safe. I need this for myself to feel successful. I need this before I can step into the direction of my dreams. And you know what? A lot of that really is just bullshit. And it comes from a place of fear, and it seems really real, right? But I see there being these really beautiful opportunities for us to step forward and to see past the illusion and to step into our faith so that we can be creating a really beautiful rebirth for ourselves. And so we can be stepping into this next chapter of our story being the co-author of our story, right? We don't want to just let life happen to us. We want to be a co-author as well. So we really want to be putting our intentions out there. We really want to be focusing on what it is that we want to manifest in our life right now, and to be following the action steps that we're being provided. I feel really strongly like I want to say, because we're stepping into we are now in the Mercury retrograde pre-shadow, okay? So we're going to be stepping into Mercury retrograde, and we may already be feeling some of this energy. It's a slower energy, and I feel really strongly that we need to talk about finding that balance between masculine and feminine energies. So what we want to be doing is taking action where we feel called to take action, and that's different from forcing it, right? There's a different feel to that. These are inspired actions, actions that the universe is showing you that you need to take. And the other part of that is that receptivity. So ask yourself, what you need to work on, whether it's, you're needing to take more actions, or do you need to work on taking a step back, being receptive, allowing things to flow to you, to magnetize things to you, and allow it to come in the timing that it wants to come in. So we really want to be finding this nice balance right now in this week, so that we are allowing anything that wants to be wrapped up in this week as we're moving further into this retrograde energy, so that that can get taken care of. I talked about shakeups, and I think it's really important right now that we are intentionally shaking things up. So I want you to hear that, because I want you to consciously this week intentionally shake things up, intentionally do something or several things in a different way. Okay. The word that I got when I meditated on this was unconventionality. Okay. I don't even know if that's a word, but that's what came through. So we're going with it. Okay. So you want to do things in a different way than maybe you expect yourself to do things, or maybe in a way that's different from what other people might expect from you. Handling things differently, really trying to consciously choose the way that you are approaching situations, really trying to be mindful of your response in certain situations, but also just in the little things, thinking about, how can I shake up my routine this week? If you guys know me, I love a good routine, right? I'm all about that. But how can I shake that up? How can I do that a little bit different, just so that my day feels a little bit different this week, because that's going to bring in a different energy? Or, is there a habit that I'm ready to let go of, that I'm ready to release? And this is a really great energy for you to work on releasing that. So paying attention to those little tweaks that you might make, just to do things a little differently, and just to have a different experience. Drive home a different way, from work, or, I don't know, like, anything that you can do. Have a different breakfast. If you eat the same thing every day, have a different breakfast. I don't know. I really like routine, so I do things really similarly each day. So I'm consciously just trying to approach that differently, and even just rearranging the way that I'm doing that. So pay attention to how you're feeling called to do that, and just let that be a different experience, because what this is going to do is it's going to invite in a different energy. And this is what we're wanting to invite in, because we want to invite this rebirth. We want to invite this metamorphosis to happen. But if nothing changes, right? So this is a great time to start to make those changes and just those little tweaks. I also do feel like this is still very much a time of emotional clearing and a need for balance, okay? So especially as we're in this Mercury retrograde shadow, and as we're moving further into that. So let those emotions fly, let them come out, let them be expressed. Obviously, you have to be mindful of your actions with certain emotions. If you're feeling a lot of anger, you want to handle that with love, and you don't want to be reactive and you want to figure out really some healthy ways to release that anger. But let yourself, if you're feeling like you want to cry, let yourself cry. Let that be released, because this is a cleansing. This is a clearing. And when we're talking about a death and a rebirth, there's grieving that comes with this as well. Even if we know that we're stepping into something better, even if we feel these beautiful positive shifts coming, change is change, and we always have some level of a grieving process that comes with it. So let that happen, and let yourself just give extra attention to what it is that you need. I feel like this whole year is about rebalancing yourself, and that's a major theme this year. And so what is it that you need to take the best possible care of yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, whatever areas you're needing to pay more attention to? This is a great way to shake things up, and it's a really important time as we move through the next several months it's something really important to be focusing on. I shared in my story, because I love this quote, do you have room for what you've prayed for, right? Do you have room for what you've prayed for? And so I want you to think about that, okay? Are you creating space? Are you walking in faith to allow for God to deliver on the prayers that you have put out there, okay? So I think that that's really important. Now let's talk about the cards that I pulled. We pulled the Dreamer card, okay? So we are beginning a new journey, and it might not look like it. You might still feel like you are, in this rebirth still, okay? This is reverse, so we're not feeling like we're the phoenix rising from the ashes quite yet, or we might be seeing signs of that, but or feeling energies of that, but we might not feel like we've fully risen yet, okay? But we are taking leaps of faith. We are following our dreams, and there's very much an energy that supports this. And this is all about, also, because this is the Fool card in traditional tarot, this is about unexpected opportunities and leaning into those, stepping into those, shaking that up with this need to shake things up, doing things differently, being willing to take an opportunity that maybe would have scared you before, okay? Then we have the Two of Earth, and this to me is about balancing things in your world, okay? And this is all about finding that really nice balance, and you may be making some decisions. What direction do I want to go in? And what I would say is shake it up. Do it differently. Do it differently than you've done it in the past to bring in a new energy. We have this 10 of Air energy. So this is an emotional energy. This is 10 of Swords in regular tarot. Okay, this can be, sleepless nights and worrying about things and being very in our heads. But this is showing up reversed. And I see this being kind of, there is this healing that's happening for us. There is this moving forward that's happening for us. And there is... this is the ending of something really difficult. This is also about the ending of addictions, or releasing an addiction, or releasing a toxic pattern or toxic circumstances in your life. So I see us releasing that. I see us moving forward if we're choosing to do that. And there's a lot of energy to support us in making those decisions this week. We have the Justice card. Okay, so justice being served, balance happening. Again, there's that balance word showing up for us. And this is all about also doing what you know is the right thing to do. So you may find yourself in a situation where you want to handle things from a place of ego or from a place of fear. Maybe you want to handle things in a way that deep down isn't the right way to handle it. And this is about taking a step back and really consulting with yourself, really consulting with your soul. How do I really want to handle this? What is a way that feels just and fair and in alignment with what my soul knows is the best way to move forward with things? Okay, so you may have some choices there with that. And then we have the World card. This is beautiful stuff coming through. This is the World card can be about the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. In fact, oftentimes that's what it is. And this is about, I always say this card is like the sticker from the universe, right? Like, job well done. You did a great job. We are acknowledging you for all the amazing things. And I feel like with this is like magic showing up for us, signs that things are moving forward, signs that things are going to get better moving forward, opportunities coming in, beautiful gifts from the universe coming in. And so it's like rewards from the universe coming in for ourselves. And you may just find yourself in a really positive place with this World card, feeling like, okay, I did a good job. You should acknowledge all of the work that you've been doing and all of the transitions that you've been going through and all of the ways that you have been trying to do this deep, deep work. The last card that we have here is the discernment card. Okay, so this is about, discernment is all about using that discernment to make decisions for yourself. So again, not everybody is going to have your best interest at heart. And sometimes, like, while we want to always approach everything with the energy of love, sometimes people don't have your best interest at heart, and you want to use that discernment to make choices for yourself, to understand that maybe to use that to discern the truth, right? Maybe something doesn't quite feel true, and if your intuition is saying that maybe it's not the truth, you should honor that. You should listen to that. Okay, so this is that validation for those of you who have maybe been processing something and it doesn't quite feel right, but you're not sure, you don't really have any evidence. Use that discernment, use that. This is also about something that's hidden being brought to light, which has been very much a theme as well. This is one of those things that's helping to bring us clarity. It's one of those things that is helping to shine a light on the path that we need to be moving in, right? So know that what you need to know, you are going to be shown, and there very much is a light being shown on the truth in terms of circumstances in our life. But again, I feel more importantly, shining a light on the truth, our truth, and maybe the ways that we haven't been honest with ourselves, and the ways that we haven't been honoring what we really want in our lives. So these are your messages for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you soon with another video. Take care, guys.